Hello everyone, my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. I haven't vlogged in a really long time. Every time I attempt to, I film an intro clip and I don't pick up the camera again. So we're going to hope this week is different. Today is March 7th. It is Monday. Happy Monday, or whatever day you're watching this. I hope you guys are doing well. As I said before, today is the only day off I have of the week. I've been very busy juggling my two jobs with going to school, which is kind of why I haven't really been active on social media, well, like YouTube and that kind of stuff. So let's talk about the reading plans. I have set a monthly TBR, which I called like my March hopefuls for the month. If you have not seen the video, I will leave it in the cards for you guys. I think I'm pointing the right way. It's gonna be up here. Now, let's talk about what I have been reading. So, when did I finish this? 2 days ago? I read the first volume of Lower Olympus by Rachel Smith, which is a Hades and Persephone's retelling. I talked about this in my TBR, and I read it all in one go. 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely adored this. The illustrations, the storyline, I loved it. And as I mentioned, I'm not super big into Greek retellings or like myths and all these things in general. Therefore, I'm not super familiar with Hades and Persephone's, but I'm still really enjoying these. And obviously the second volume only comes out in like bind up in July, I believe, so I have time to like do my own research, maybe pick up like another more reading material to know more about it. This was originally a webtoons comic, and honestly it took everything I had, like all my willpower, not to go on webtoon and like read all of it, because I want to savor it and like read it as it comes out. So I will be pre-ordering the next volume a little bit closer to its release date. And then yesterday I started listening to the audiobook for Wondersmith, which is a reread. As I mentioned, I think this is my third reread of this book. I freaking love the Nevermore series. It is a middle grade series. If you're new on my channel and have not heard me talk about it, to me it's like a superior Harry Potter. This follows a girl named Morgan Crow, who was a cursed child. She was set to die on the eve of her 12th birthday. She is whisked away by a man called Jupiter North to Nevermore, where she has to enter trials in order to become like a resident and not die, you know. And she becomes part of this society. It's a whole lot of fun, and then everything kind of spirals from there. So I am now like 280 pages into it, so I'm a little bit over halfway. I love these audiobooks. I just purchased the third one with a credit for when I'm done with this. It's not on my March TBR, but I might pick it up if I have time. Another audio which I picked up today because I had like 3 credits, I haven't used credits in a while, is This Might Get Awkward, because I think I'm going to have a really fun time with this one on audio. I love the narrator when I sampled it, and it's going to be like a fun contemporary to have listened to on audio. I wasn't planning on tabbing this one on my first read either way, so this is also on my March TBR, so I'm probably going to go the audio route. I haven't picked up something physically yet. I'm technically in the middle of The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, but I don't know if that's what I'm going to keep going with. I love it. It's just I don't know if I'm in the mood for a slow burn right now. I also got in the mail this beauty, which was my special editions of the selection. Like, they are hardcover books that are signed and numbered. And they also have reversible dust jackets, and I like them. It's not the favorite box I've ever gotten, but I'm still very happy I have it. I love the selection series. I want to reread them very badly. This is like the core 3. The rest of the series don't exist to me. But yeah, I got that. I thought about making like a separate video unboxing it, so let me know if you guys are interested. I was supposed to get my edition of Defy the Night by Beacon Book Box at the same time, but it is not in the box. So I emailed them. Hopefully they get back to me. I'm kind of upset because I really wanted that specific edition. I've been waiting for months because I didn't want to pay for shipping twice. So it was like, it says it's in the same shipment. Clearly I don't have it, but it's not on them. Like, I think they're a wonderful brand, whatever. But yeah. And lastly, we have some packages to open. I've had these for a few days. One of them I've had for longer than a few days, but I'm like nervous to open it. So we're going to open the one I know it isn't that, and it is this right here. Ooh, ugh, what is this? So much fluffy stuff. Okay. It is The Assignment by Penelope Ward. This is like an enemies to lovers sort of romance. Is this dual perspective? I think it is. Oh boy, I'm gonna eat this up, aren't I? It's dual perspective. I'm very excited. This is also on my March TBR. I love Penelope Ward. I love Vi Keeland. I also have a Vi Keeland book on my TBR, so we're going all out with the romances. It's what I'm in the mood for. And then this I am not ready for. Sorry if the angle changed. I wanted to make sure I was recording my reaction. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. My lord. The chapter headers, oh lord, I'm going to, okay. I'm going to go scream into the void. But this is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. The first one was The Fine Print, which is one of my favorite books of the year so far. That one and Luna and the Lie. I have a feeling this might top them both. So, you know what's gonna happen? I'm probably going to keep this for my birthday weekend. This is also on my March TBR. If you don't know, I was born on March 22nd. I will be turning 25. That is very scary. So yeah, I also took the weekend off. It's going to be my first weekend off in 5-6 months, probably. I'm also going to get my hair done. So yes, I was also thinking of maybe binging some of the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher during my birthday weekend, but I also want to do things. So I feel like this could be a realistic, like, let's turn 25 and read your new favorite book kind of situation. So yes, welcome to a chaotic weekly reading vlog. I work this weekend. I have school all week. I am tired. My March break did not do much to, like, get my energy levels back. I have an essay to write and I am big sad. But it's an interesting essay. It's about the rights of people who suffer from mental illnesses in the context of, like, hospitalization and getting help, which is very, very interesting and important. So I'm probably gonna go do that, procrastinate it a little bit more, and I'll talk to you guys when I have updates. Hello, it is Wednesday. I look like this because I put a hair treatment in my hair before I go in the shower. It's like, what time is it even? 8:15 at night on Wednesday. I have my ring light to kind of sort out the lighting because obviously it's dark by this time. I'm sorry if it's not the best quality, but I have a lot to update you guys on. So, first off, today was a great audiobook listening day. I also read some books physically. However, a fun little tidbit, I woke up this morning and I felt like I was forgetting something. And I just kind of like shrugged it off, went about my day, then I left for class, and I always get to class early. So I waited for class, which never happened because my class was online. So I commuted for 3.5 hours for class that was online. So I missed the class and I came back home and I spent a bunch of money on gas for nothing, but I did get to listen to audiobooks, so we're looking at the wins and not the losses. I felt like such a dumb person, and yeah. Little fun fact about my day today. However, reading updates. Yesterday I managed to finish Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow. When I came back from class, I was right. I was able, yeah, I don't think, I was right. I didn't talk to you guys, but I had like 2 hours, 15 minutes left when I left for school yesterday, and I was able to listen to it on my commute there and back, and I had like 20 minutes when I came back home, and I finished it. Obviously this is a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I had forgotten some of the specifics that happened in this book, and they broke my heart like they did the first time around, and I just love this story even more every time I go into it. It took all of my strength not to go directly into the third book. I'm holding off because once that one is done, like, yes, I can reread them over and over again, but it doesn't change the fact that the fourth book isn't coming out till October, so I'll probably want to do another reread of them later on in the year, but I think I'm going to hold off for like a week or two until I read Hollowpox, so it might happen this month, or maybe I'll keep it for April. What else? Yes, also, I realized I finished class in like 35-ish days, which is insane. So yes, I also forgot, like, while we're on the topic of class, to tell you guys that I had been interviewing for stage placements, and I officially got my stage. I will be working, like, in the health sector during my stage, which is all of my last year, of university, so that's pretty exciting that it's all settled and done with. So those were like random tidbits. So as I mentioned, I finished my audiobook, and then I decided to start 2 new ones. The first one I started is This Might Get Awkward by Karen McDowell. I am on chapter 10, or 79 pages into this one. I'm really enjoying it. Essentially this is about this girl who loves the beach, who loves solitude, who doesn't have a lot of friends. She does suffer from social anxiety, and at the beginning of this book, she gets trapped at the beach, and then she's at the beach and she gets trapped at the beach because all these teens arrive and they kind of block in her car, so she can't leave, and she ends up talking with this boy who she really liked, and has like been appreciating from far. He's a very popular dude, and he's like pretend that we're like close together, and she's like, I don't really understand why you're asking me this. And before she could get any answers, he actually is in a boating accident where he slips and his head falls on a propeller, and he is brought to like emergency care, but she actually saves his life because he was drowning, and she like saved him. And now everybody thinks they're dating, but they're not actually dating, and she's kind of going along with it, but then she also starts working with her fake boyfriend's brother, and I think something might happen there. Obviously there are definitely some trigger warnings for that boating accident. It can be a little bit heart-wrenching if it's something you've gone through, or someone you know has gone through, like just a warning for that. I'm loving the writing style. I really appreciate the main character and the discussions on anxiety. The only thing I have to say is I get a little bit uncomfortable when there's too much secondhand embarrassment, and this book is like filled with it, which is why like I listened to this on my way to class, that didn't happen, but on the way back I was like, you know what, like I might have to take this in shorter little tidbits, because like I'm an awkward person, and so secondhand embarrassment is difficult for me to like, you know, like when I start feeling too awkward for the main character, I start to feel awkward with myself. So I think I'm going to love it. It's hilarious. I love the main character. Like, I'm not saying that as a negative at all, but I just think, you know, I have to like make sure I'm not feeling too awkward. And so it prompted me to actually start my re-listen of Listen to Your Heart by Casey West on the way back. This was also on my March TBR to read as an audiobook. This is my 5th reread? 6th reread? probably more likely like my 5th. I love the audiobook for this, as I mentioned in my TBR, and this one I got 143 pages in, or 16 chapters in. I listened to this at like almost 2 times speed, so I have like 2.5 hours left of this one. Let me check. Yeah, 2 hours and 26 minutes. So it's really not that long. If you have no idea what this book is about, like if you haven't been on my channel before, this follows a main character named Kate who is in love with the lake. Her parents own a marina, and it's what she believes she wants to do with her future. She feels most at home on the lake. Anything to do with like boats and being outdoors and being in nature. She considers herself to be more of a solid, like she enjoys solitude. She really reminds me of me. And she has a best friend who kind of ropes her into taking a podcasting class with her, and for reasons I do not want to spoil, our main character ends up being a podcast host, which obviously doesn't do very well with her liking being alone. And within this, there are plots of friendship and rivalries and romantic relations and all of that combined together, and it's wonderful. I never get tired of the story. It is my comfort book. This and Stalking Jack the Ripper I will never get bored of. I read this for the first time like what, 4 years ago? 5 years ago now? How long has it been? Like, when was this published? This was published in 2018. It's 2022 and I'm still in love with it. And I really don't see that changing. This has been with me for a long time, and I just appreciate this book. I know it's not for everyone. It has its cliches, it has its problems, but for me, it's the definition of a comfort book. And the last update I have is reading on my Kindle. My reading has been very sporadic, but I feel like I haven't held a book in my hands for a long time, so I'm gonna have to remedy that. But I'm currently reading Falling for My Best Friend's Twin. I don't know if I mentioned it in this vlog so far. I currently am 63% of the way through it. This is a dual perspective book. It's part of like the Love Cliché series. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it at the beginning of this vlog, and it's literally just the trope of falling for your best friend's brother. There are other tropes within that as well. I am loving this. I want to read all of them. Like, I love every single friend in that friend group, and I just love the way these books are kind of fluffy, a little bit more unrealistic. They really do hit like the cliches of love, but that's really what I appreciate about them. I am definitely like on the hopeless romantic side of things. That's why I love reading romance, and this just makes me feel giddy and very happy. I feel like these are really fun reads when you're anxious or when you're kind of feeling slumpy. These definitely get me out of my slump. I read the first, like, another book in this series back in January because I found them on Kindle sales. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the other ones are on sale currently, but when they are, I will pick them up. I also want to collect them physically. Like, I've started putting them on my Amazon wishlist because I want them. Like, you know when you're in love with a friend group, which I feel like only nerdy people will understand. Like, you want the entire friend group on your shelf. Like, that's kind of where I'm going with this. But they're very fun to read on Kindle as well. I think they're on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested, but I need to mention they're mostly fade to black. Like, there are a few, like, romantic scenes, but it's not steamy. But I love them. I don't always need smut or steamy scenes to be, like, satisfied with my romances. So yeah, I handed in my essay this morning, which was a big thing that was like weighing down on me. I feel a little bit lighter. Also, I unboxed my Afterlight for the month of February. Let me show you guys just the book. I'm not going to show you everything. At this point, I don't think it's a spoiler anymore what the book is. It is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herron Blake. Also, this is like one of my favorite colors. Half of my closet is like khaki green or military green. On days like today, it's literally a problem because my jacket, my autumn jacket and my winter jacket are both like khaki colored. My backpack is khaki colored and my pants were khaki colored, so I look like a big green olive. So if you see an olive out there, it's probably me. But this is a female romance. Ashley Herring Blake also writes middle grade. She's very well known for her middle grade writing. And this, I don't know if it's like dislike to lovers. I know it's like two characters who had a history together. The usual cover for this is purple. And at first, when I realized the cover was green, I was unsure how I felt. But I really, really like it. I think it really makes the characters pop out. And I love the stenciled edges with the little flowers in the back. I honestly have loved every edition that I have gotten in the Afterlight boxes so far. I love that they're hardcover. They also have like digital signatures from the authors. It's the only subscription box I subscribe to, and I don't see myself unsubscribing even though it's a little costly here in Canada. Like, I love these to the point where I would think it's worth picking up an extra shift if I would need to, just to be able to keep collecting these books. So yeah, I'm gonna go wash my hair now and like settle down for the evening. I think I might listen to a bit more, read a little bit more on my Kindle, and if I get bored of reading physically, I'll listen to more of this one before I go to bed. Ideally, I would at least like to finish this and my book in the next like 2 days. So yeah, also I've been listening to a lot more audiobooks, and I found like I really love doing word searches. I've been doing them on my phone, but I actually got myself a word search book that will be here tomorrow, so I think it's going to be a great way to unwind and listen to books. If you have any audiobook recommendations, let me know in the description. They can be middle grade. I really love contemporary YA books on audio. I don't do romance on audio. Romances with steamy scenes in them, I love reading them physically, I just can't do it audibly. Like, I honestly, like, hats off to anyone who can. I cannot. So yeah, if you have any recs, leave them down below. I am not a big fantasy reader, so please don't recommend fantasy via audiobook because that would be the death of me. But yeah, I'm gonna go and I'll talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hello everyone, happy Thursday. It is late at night again. It is 8 o'clock. I came home from school and had dinner, and now it is time to update you guys. I'm trying new angles as different spaces in my home because I feel like there hasn't been much B-roll, so I'm trying to at least switch it up a little bit. So, first things first, I finally received my word search book. There's like 100 different word searches in here, and I'm going to have so much fun listening to audiobooks and doing these. I'm probably going to try my hand at one tonight. However, I did have a drink. I like never drink, but I had one, and I'm feeling a little bit, you know, like mellow, and so I don't know how easy this is going to be, even though it's large print. So there's that. It is, like, I only have one class and it's the weekend. I also realized I work days this weekend, not evenings, which I'm so happy about. And let's talk reading updates, because that's our reading vlog, you know. Yesterday, I managed to finish the book I was reading on my Kindle. I need to charge my Kindle now, but it was Falling for My Best Friend's Twin by Emma St. Clair. As I mentioned, I was reading that one. It was like 290 pages, so it's not long at all. I haven't put it through Compile, but I think it's going to be 4 stars. They're very cheesy, very predictable, low drama, hardly a third act breakup. It was just like a perfect kind of smooth, cute book. Again, there are no like steamy scenes, and like they are implied sometimes, but they're mostly fade to black, which again, I don't mind, but I'm putting them out there because I know people are into smutty books. So yeah, but it's probably gonna get like a low 4, like an average 4 star. It's better than average, hence the 4 star. I think that's about what it's going to get. And I also finished my reread of Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, which is my 5th reread. I have now read it every single year since it has released, and that is now 5 years in a row. I have a feeling I'm going to listen to it once or twice again this year, considering it's just started and it's a summary book. It gets 5 stars from me. I obviously love it as much each time I read it, and it just makes me very happy. And my cat wants attention, so I'm sorry if you can hear her in the background. But yeah, those are the 2 books I finished. I am now at 16 books for the year, which isn't too bad. I'm 2 behind schedule on Goodreads, so I need to remedy that. I also listened to a little bit more of This Might Get Awkward by Kara McDowell. I am now on chapter 11, so I listened to like one extra chapter when I finished Listen to Your Heart on the bus ride back home. So I have 3 hours and 50 minutes of that. And also, I added a few other audiobooks to my library, like Ace of Shades. I want to start rereading that series by Amanda Foody. I really love them, and they are free with the, like, Audible extras. So I don't know if I'm going to keep going with This Might Get Awkward tonight. I might listen to something else. I have so many books I want to, and I only have 1 credit left. Like, for the month, I had like 3 of them extra, but I used up 2 of them, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I also kind of want to get Stalking Jack the Ripper on audio and have a go at that one, but also Kingdom of the Feared sounds amazing, and there's just so many books that I want to listen via audiobook to, like, so many books. But yeah, I think those are mostly my updates. I haven't been up to anything aside from school. I am tired, my brain is fried. But yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anything else that's like fun and fresh to include in this, so I'm probably gonna work a little bit on this, start another audiobook. Oh yes, I wanted to say I started reading the first 2 chapters of It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I really do appreciate Tessa Bailey's writing, however, the main character in that book is very unlikable at the beginning, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to push through. I've heard incredible things about it. I just don't know if I'm in like the proper space to read it right now, because like I read 2 chapters and I was like, she's gonna rub me the wrong way. So we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers because I also got Hook, Line, and Sinker. Maybe if I don't like It Happened One Summer, I can still like Hook, Line, and Sinker, because Piper, the main character, is very rich and entitled, and I think that's the point of her characterization, and as time goes on, she's probably going to become less annoying, but will I be able to tolerate her until I get there? That's the question. So yeah, now that's all my updates. I'll go before I get delusional. Okay, bye!